You're listening to another episode of Mr. Allard's Neighborhood. This is a place where we're entitled to Brad's opinion. And now for your host, Brad Allard.
Well, it's been a very hectic morning for everybody around here. Taylor just come flying in from his big assignment that he's working on. How long is this thing going to last for you?
6 weeks plus or minus 2 weeks.
Well, good for you. See, this is why they call him, because he's a professional. But with me today is the Miss Camille Bransom. Everybody knows Miss Camille Bransom. And her daughter is too chicken to get on the air because she just got out of a workout or something like that. And she's been the back wave and she says, hello, everybody, and buy my book. Anyway, so how you doing, Camille?
I'm good.
Well, it's just time we caught up. You know, you and I started this a while back, and now you've got all these things going on. We're going to talk about what's going on. I think you got some other irons in the fire, too.
Yep.
And also some artwork you're going to show. You have an art show coming up in the Hub?
Yeah, we have an art show coming up in September. I'm really excited about it.
Okay, we're going to talk about that. Also got a video clip that they showed today at the teacher convocation, and a lot of people say it was really, really well done. They have a pretty good visual department over at BISD, and I think it's good to watch. And speaking of which, it is early voting all week and Saturday and next week, and then the 20th is the main election day, so get out there and vote. And as anybody's been listening to the show, this show endorses Sean Miner 100%. But speaking of which, he'll be on the show Thursday, so you can set your schedule for that. So you can ask him the questions you want to have asked. Tomorrow I have the mayor on, same thing. If you have questions, send them, and we'll visit about all these things. But so pretty big week. But also, guys, it's really, really important to vote for school boards because, as Shandy will tell you, that's one of the key factors in the quality of a community and why people come in, that and the crime rates and the business opportunities. And we don't want those to decline. So there you go. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the commercials first.
Where do I look?
Wherever you like.
Where am I supposed to look?
Is this your first show?
This is my first. I've never done this before.
Oh, yeah, please. Are you kidding? You're an old veteran at this.
Old something.
Yeah.
Seriously, where do I look? Here?
Wherever you want.
Wherever you want.
If you're talking directly to the camera,
Yeah.
you look at 2, which is right in front of you.
Okay.
Anything else? Conversational.
Check, 1, 2, 3. Just kidding. Okay. All right, let's see that video.
Okay, let's see the video.
Are we doing video?
No, let's do the ads first, and then we'll do the video.
Sorry.
All right.
Got ahead of myself.
All right, well, that's fine. So thank you, Daniel. CrossFit Burleson, 317 Southwest Wilshire. Nice, good, strong workout. This CrossFit is not for people that don't take their workout seriously. And they have trainers, they have programs, they have the proper equipment and supervision. It's a great place to have it. It's on 317 Southwest Wilshire, which is behind that shopping mall strip area, Stone Soup and valet cleaners, etc. You know where it's at. So there you go. Shandy Stogsdill. I'm going to have her on in the last week of August, I believe. That's a tentative date at best. She's pretty busy. But she just got back from her trip to Scotland. Do you see those pictures, any chance?
I haven't been on Facebook much.
Oh, you're a much happier person than I'm sure.
Yeah.
But beautiful pictures. And she's going to show them some of those and also talk about real estate because the rates are changing and all this. That's in about 3 weeks, roughly. I mean, I got to give the poor girl a break. She also has 2 of her younger children going back to school next week. Yes, you don't miss those. Now you're doing the same thing with Gracie, aren't you? Taking her down to Stephenville this week.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure she wants me to take her, but I'd like to go with her.
You mamas get to go. I learned that.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, last year was such an adventure. Her first day was crazy.
There's a surprise.
Yeah.
What? All the boys asking for her phone number?
Well, that too, but it's sorry.
I'm back on to other things. Okay.
Yep, sorry.
Thank you, Shandy. Thank you, Rex, over at Cleburne at the Russell Wealth Group, myfinancialbox.com. He'll make the trip. Y'all have some coffee, get to talk about the 401ks and the crazy stock market and what maybe this new tax bill that they passed on, or at least the Senate passed Sunday. They worked on the Sabbath. You know that? That's just not right.
Shocking.
Yes, I know. But anyway, Russell Wealth Group, myfinancialbox.com. That's your sound, dear, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good.
myfinancialbox.com. Hit the link, get to know him, and you'll be glad you did. He's been doing this for a long time. Also, Gayla Moore's Southern Gym.
Love her.
You've been there.
I love Rex. And Rex is an author too.
Yes, he is. He is.
I
but you've
know
known
that.
Rex from way on back.
When I was born.
Yeah, Rex been part of Cleburne and Burleson and Egan and wherever else forever, and how many times you go to Southern Gym, just go up there and look. And
Oh, we tried to go the other day. Thank God she was closed because I had Grace with me.
she does. She's not open on Mondays, right? But she's open other 4 weekdays and most Saturdays. And
Has she moved to her new location?
that happens in probably November, December.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's moving from the 3rd floor to the 1st floor.
Right, same location, just down a couple of floors and about twice the space. So she'll have more inventory.
Nice. Oh, she has plenty for me right now.
You know, Robin's working there, right?
I know. I think that's perfect.
Well, she's gone back to school, but she'll be retiring very soon. And then once that retirement's in place, and she's going to go back to Gala.
Awesome.
Yeah, which is
Well, both those ladies are incredible.
yes. But Robin comes home and says, "Oh, I just saw this lovely bracelet or these really nice earrings." I'm saying, "Hey, we're trying to make a profit by this."
Oh, no. I don't think that's going to happen.
No. Well, if you have time, take Gracie back there because Gail will set her up.
Oh, I will.
All righty. Also, Hot Works.
Love that lady, too.
Yes, Michelle Humphrey. We know her from BNI. We also know Gayla and our next guest from BNI. Michelle, she was on the show about 3 or 4 weeks ago. We just talked about stuff on her mind more than just business. It was a great conversation.
Yeah, she's a beast.
Yeah, she really is. I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, she's incredible.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, she really is. I mean, she's very energetic and she's always thinking about how to make her business better. It's interesting to talk to her.
Yep.
So Hot Works on 731 for the infrared workout. There's 11 different ones to choose from.
And in Las Colinas.
And in Las Colinas.
Yeah, she's opened her second studio.
Is it open yet? I mean,
yeah, it's open.
It's open. Okay.
I don't know if she's had the grand opening, but she is open. Yeah.
Okay. I know it was on the verge of it. Also, Mandy Hart, another BNI friend. I have something for you. Oh, have Gracie bring the cups over.
Gracie, can you bring those cups over?
You got leave one for yourself, dear. Does she drink coffee?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you keep one.
That's cool.
You're going to give it to me, so you won't be on the camera.
But Mr. Allard's neighborhood goes to college. You can send one to every college.
There you go.
Thank you. Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Lord, mercy.
There she is.
Oh, I already have many of these.
He apparently hasn't seen Cheers. Here,
Yeah.
Grace.
All right. Anyway,
Love it.
thank you.
So Mandy made these.
Yes.
Mandy made these.
And the hat I'm wearing.
Nice.
And we're talking about some more. It just depends. She's really busy.
Yeah, she is.
Another mutual friend is painting her store, Christina Beagley.
Oh, good. Okay.
And her Beagley painting crew.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're doing a little BNI work there.
Another great lady.
All righty. Anyway, we're talking about just stuff today. But today at the convocation over at Centennial, they showed this. Apparently also, I didn't have this on tape, but Robin texted me, said that their speaker was a motivational speaker who was also a comedian. And she really dug into Jimerson. I mean, she really busted him good a couple of times. Yeah, well.
He's a really good sport, though.
Yeah, it was good sport. I mean, it's all in good humor. It wasn't like that she was being nasty, of course. She was being funny. And, and if anybody knows Brett Jimerson, he works out quite a bit.
Yeah.
He looks pretty swole, as the kids say.
Yeah.
And she started really giving him a hard time about, him posing and stuff. And the whole crowd was just roaring.
I bet they were.
Well, and Jimerson's a good sport about that kind of stuff. He really is. So it was
done a
all
lot of fun
fun
things for the school district. Those videos and stuff with him and what's her name? Oh, I just forgot her name.
On school board?
Well, with the
You talk about
Miss Pat.
Miss Pat, Pat
Yeah.
Worrell. Yes, I remember that one she did about 3 years ago. They
Yeah.
had like a country theme to
It
it.
was hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, and
It was really cute.
so he'll allow these kind of things to be done and laugh at his expense kind of thing because he's a good sport about it. But go ahead, Taylor, why don't you run the clip and let's see what they have to say.
There's an exit sign for Renfro around the corner. You can't miss it, it's the first thing that you see. Just up the road's the city water tower. By the back road that's covered with green trees. Hey, that's my alma mater by the courthouse. And the bands play in Old Town when the sun goes down. And this is my town. Yeah, this is my town. Hey, where I was born, where I was
Oh, that's
raised,
Andrew.
where I keep all my yesterdays, where I went on, played in the band. I got that education, man. Where I came back to settle down is where I'll always be around. This is my town. School's about to start, excitement's in the air. And in the city plaza, families gather round. You can't miss them, 'cause everyone is there. We're off to watch some football at the stadium. And if we want to see, we better leave right now. So stick around, and soon you'll know that this is our town. Yeah, this is my town. Hey, where I was born, where I was raised, where I keep all my yesterdays, where I went on, played in the band, I got that education, man. Where I came back to settle down, is where I'll always be around. This is my town. Hey, this is my town. Yeah, this is my town. Hey, this is my town. This is our town.
Wow, I love all of that, except there was no Kindness Matters mural in there.
Oh, well.
That's kind of disappointing, but that was
well,
fantastic.
It really was. It was done. That song was by Andrew Dolan and the Andrew Dolan Band, which is
incredible.
a well-known group around here. I think it's very good. I think it's fantastic. It's
That was
actually what it is.
incredible,
I'm
yeah.
going to show it again maybe on tomorrow's show and on Thursday's show just because it's uplifting and we could use a little of that. And
Well, and he's such a great community member and, talented person. He's a very good person. He played at Stacy's 50th birthday party, which was really cool. It was at the-
Really?
Yeah, it was at the Drover. And I was like, you got Andrew Dolan? I mean, it was like we had a superstar.
Wow. Yeah, I guess so. But we need a little bit of uplift because, we're in this
really
school
awesome.
board race. And I remind y'all that early voting is this week and on Saturday. And it's also next week. And the main election's on Saturday. And as I've said many times, we support Sean Miner in this program. And I'll have him on Thursday. And I'm going to show it again and have him comment about the good things that are going on in BISD. I mean, every organization has, struggles. But I think BISD is doing the best they can with the growth issues that are really, that's a big issue.
Yeah.
The growth causes a lot of stress in a system because you got to accommodate more and more kids and whatnot. So,
Sean's a good guy, and his family's all really great. His mother is one of my favorite people.
Edith? Oh.
Yes, I love Edith.
God bless Edith. My
Love
children,
her.
my children went to her Sunday school classes. She is a beloved figure at First Baptist.
Yeah.
and
She's beloved anywhere. I just love that woman.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. So,
somebody says hello to you, Kayla Jo Hoffman. She's
Oh,
at
hi,
Sierra
Kayla.
Bank, right?
Oh, she's my favorite banker.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's kind of a big deal, actually.
Is she really?
She's been featured in several national magazines lately.
Really?
Yeah, she's pretty incredible. Awesome. I mean, she's like,
Well, I need to get her on the show, don't I?
oh, yeah.
Well, maybe you can talk to her because we're Facebook friends, but I don't know her personally.
So
but
maybe she's listening. She can put this,
I hope
and
so.
think about it, and
Okay.
then I'll go grab her up and we'll kidnap her.
well, there's a lot of questions I'd ask her about banking and what the rates are doing and what the business in Burleson's like and things like that. So
yeah, she's fantastic. I'll get her for you.
okay. Good.
Please, Kayla.
Let's talk about you for a while now. What you want to talk about first, the hub or Optavia?
Oh, well, let's talk about the armadillos.
All right, let's talk about those.
Because, I mean, it's so funny because we have all of these things that happen to people that no one ever believes me, but I think enough people have seen the proof now. But anyway, so I've worked very hard on my flower bed, and they looked beautiful. I wish I had a picture of them to show you. But before the armadillos would come over and eat up my plants every night. So they make big holes. And so anyway, I have done all the things that people told me to do, all the Dawn liquid soap in the yard. I put the mothballs. I've done the whatever. So they say they're looking for grub worms.
Yeah.
So I finally called a professional, and they came over this morning, and they're really excited. So I feel like it's going to be an episode of like, oh crikey, what's that guy?
Steve Irwin?
the armadillo hunter at my house. Yeah.
Oh, the one that was killed by a stingray?
Yes, yeah.
20 years ago?
Yeah, 'cause he
We're
just-
dating ourselves here. you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Was it that long ago?
Yeah, it's pretty. His kids are in their 20s
Grace,
doing
how old is
shows
Bendy?
now.
Bendy is like one of Grace's idols. 25. Oh, wow. Then, yeah, it's been a long time.
Is this an extermination or an excavation?
No, it's going to be an excavation. They're
Good.
going to relocate them.
Good.
So no animals will be harmed in the making. But we've also had a possum this week that we rescued. And yeah, Grace gets me into all kinds of stuff. But anyway, it's fun.
We get that in our backyard some particularly when it's wetter, which obviously has not been a problem.
Yeah.
But
The armadillos?
yeah, we dig up the backyard a little bit. But my backyard isn't like in the city anyway, so I'm not that worried about it.
When I'm right in the middle of the city, it's like weird.
know.
How do they come over there and not get noticed?
Well, I don't know. They just heard your yard was really, really well kept, and they wanted.
It was
Yeah.
until now. So I just ripped all the plants out because they were ripping them up, and I'll have to redo it. So
Well, they eat the roots.
yeah, yes, they do. Yeah, which is a problem for my plants. So 5 to 7 days, apparently, I will not have any problems with armadillos.
Well,
We
let's
shall
hope
see.
so.
Yeah.
I'm glad they were doing it the humane way, or else
Yeah.
Seth Reeves might come and give you a knot on your head, but or Caitlin Reeves, more likely.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to kill anybody. Not going to harm anyone. And I thought about getting a BB gun, but I was like, what is it going to do? Hit their shell and hit me in the eye? Which is probably what happens. So.
No. You know, I'm Second Amendment and all that, but hunting is never something I grew up with. I just don't know
I
if I'd
didn't either.
have the wherewithal to pull the trigger on an animal that I don't have to have for my supper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you don't have to go to the woods and kill a deer. You can just go to the grocery store and buy
Right.
meat.
Yes, and you probably know a store to go to.
I
but-
do know. Yeah, exactly. So that was what happened this morning, and that was kind of fun. So I finally called in for backup, and they're gonna. So I might document some of that journey because it's pretty funny. But so
Yeah.
that's that. So no, let's talk about the hub. We're gonna have an art show.
All right.
Yep.
Is this just yours, or is it going to have other people as well?
No, I need other artists.
Okay, tell us what you need
Okay,
then.
let me see the date here. I think we're going to do it on September the 7th. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to do it on Thursday, September 7th in the evening. So y'all be marking your calendars. And if you know anyone with a talent, I mean, they can be candle makers, they can be earring makers, they can be painting artists, they can be sculptors, whatever. But we're going to kind of break it up in there. We'll feature about 8 to 10 artists and have a little reception and kind of a nice little event. So that's going to be at the Hub on September the 7th. And we'll also be celebrating Dolly Parton's birthday.
Which is
I'm not going to speak any more about that.
no.
Oh,
Tell her who Dolly Parton is.
Dolly Parton is my little dog
Okay, then
that we rescued.
And you named her Dolly Parton, did you?
I did name her Dolly Parton because she's blonde and she's beautiful and she goes with everything. So
Well, I guess that's true. My wife really likes Dolly Parton.
I do too.
Well, she just like not just a dog, but I'm sure. But she likes the
Of course she
celebrity.
likes my dog.
She just thinks that she's just got some good sense, and
She's so real.
yeah.
And she's funny because, and seriously, there is not any situation you're going to go through in this life that Jesus, of course, and a Dolly Parton song will not get you through. Mark my words. Whatever you're going through, find a Dolly Parton song. You'll win
Okay.
every time.
Oh, Sherry Step Scott says hello. How you doing?
Oh, hello.
I'm very fond of Miss Scott. She does that.
Oh,
of
I
course.
just now saw that comment. Sorry.
Yeah, those blessing boxes, of course. I think that's a tremendous service to this community.
Good morning, Catherine.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and I've gotten to know her through the show, virtually, so to speak, and I value her opinion. So because I think she's a woman of good sense, and so I'm glad she's watching. She kind of keeps me from going off the rails too much.
Yeah, it's a big job.
But so this artist show is the September 7th. Now, what day is that? I mean,
Thursday.
Thursday. Okay.
Yeah.
What time does it start?
We're going to do it in the evening. I don't know if I'm going to do 5:30 to 7:30 or like 6 to 8. So
Probably 6 to 8.
6 to 8.
Well, I would because trying to get home from traffic
Yeah.
sometimes and whatnot.
We can do it a little bit. I can do 6:30 to 8:30 if they think that's easier.
Well, I don't know.
Because it's a Thursday. Yeah, we'll be at work.
Now, I was told it'd be donuts or something like that.
Oh, there's going to be better than donuts. We're not
Okay.
having. I don't eat donuts right now
I know. We'll get to that in a minute.
because nothing tastes as good as possible skinny feels.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So, well, it's true. It's true. Okay, so and I've sent some pictures. If you want to take a little journey with
Sure.
me down memory lane,
Taylor,
let's
will you
play
run
that
them?
old A art.
Now, okay. Now,
It's what-
now these are yours, right?
Yeah. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
a long time ago. So what happened was, I don't claim to be an excellent painter. I
Oh,
claim
you're
to be.
really good at it.
I love painting. So this is some of the old stuff that I did.
Not
which
so
is,
fast. She'll tell you what
Oh,
it
there's
is.
a bunch.
Oh, there's a bunch?
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
there's a bunch. So this is old acrylic stuff that I used to do. And the fun part about that, you can just kind of scroll. I don't know how many there is, but that is, I just like to try new things. So that's actually, I think, a strange color, Crayola color that I tried to do some stuff. That's a little mural that was on a wall from the past. That's acrylic. That is painted on wood, and that's actually sand. This is fun. My mom had a beach house in Galveston, and so this represents her little poly girl friends, poly parrots. I know they're not parrots, but they would spend a lot of time down there. So
yeah.
I painted that for the house. That's my first oil painting, and the bench is all whopper jawed, but it kind of represents a song. kind of thing.
What is whomper jawed? Is that an artistic term? I'm not familiar
Yeah,
with.
it's a professional term.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to study up.
No.
These are my favorite right here. These guys are just kind of little mid-century caricature type people. Those are my favorite kind to do, but the hardest for me. And these are all from, so what had happened was, and that's my first pencil drawing, and that's my Starry Night version, but I was buying carpet, and a girl had come to my house to sell it to me, and I had one of my paintings on there that I don't have here. She was like, oh, where did you get that? And I'm like, what? She said that, and I'm like, that painting? She says, yes. And I'm like, I painted it. Okay, so that's my first gallery's little wall. And so anyway, that one's kind of fun. That's my little Picasso. But anyway, she was like, I have to have that painting. And I'm like, I painted it. It's not that big of a deal. Anyway, she paid for that painting. She bought it from me for $180.
$180?
Yeah, because it was really good.
Well,
And
I'm sure it was, but
I know, right? I didn't even know I obviously bought carpet from her. And then she was so instrumental in kind of getting me to this point because she was in the art community in Fort Worth in the north part. And so she said, we have a gallery coming up. I want you to do this. And I was like, oh. And of course, it didn't feel like it was good enough, but we did it anyway, and it was a lot of fun. And so ever since then, I've just painted. Now, this is the old kind of art that I did, and I will do some of this sometimes, but now I'm doing the pour painting, which we started in COVID because it was just, we were stuck at home. So let's roll that pour painting. So,
yeah, and now this is what you showed us about, 3 months ago when several of us BNI folks came by the hub.
oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
showed us a whole bunch, and we're like highly impressed.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So that's a little version. Actually, that began as a painting, and then I messed it up, and so you can see it ended up like a tree, which is cool because you never really know how these are going to turn out. That's a pear. I have no idea where they are. I think they're in someone's house. So sometimes I'll do in groups. That's one.
I remember that one.
Okay, that one's really bright and colorful and kind of fun. It's really messy.
No, I like it. It's just, I don't know. Art is something that if you just overanalyze it,
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
it ruins it. You just want to feel it, so to speak, and you see something that
this
you like, you like it.
Look right here. That's Scream. I didn't mean to do that, but that's like Scream.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was kind of scary.
How do you do these kind of paintings? Like this one right here. How do you do this one?
So I wonder if I had a video in there. Let's see.
I mean, but what's the process? I mean,
So the process is you get the canvas or whatever you want to paint on. That's actually a mermaid flower, which was a lot of fun. And so you get your canvas and then you put on a medium, which is kind of an agent that's going to help your paint move. And so you put your medium down, which is either clear, white, or use clear, white, and black. And then after that, you pour your paint on top. And so you can pour it all in a cup and then pour it out and it mixes itself, or you can put them in separate colors, or you can do, I mean, it's all kinds of ways. I'll try to find a video, but that was a mess up. And then I decided, oh, that face was cool. So I painted that on the outside of that just for something different. That's my favorite one.
I remember that one too. I
Yeah.
liked that one quite a bit. I remember several of BNI folks that that's your best one.
It really is. And I've tried to recreate that about 75 times and not even close. So you can't really do something twice, which is neat. They're all, and that's a little group of 4 that's kind of looks to me like a Doppler radar picture or something.
Yeah, it does. If you look at it like
Yeah.
that, that's why you have art, because that way
Yeah.
I could say, oh, I think it's man's struggle
That one's really
against,
pretty. That one's actually
whatever.
hanging in Michelle's house.
Michelle Humphrey?
Michelle, I
Good.
can't get used to her last name.
Well,
Yeah. But that's got
We
some
will.
copper flakes on there, which is really, and actually supposed to be turned that way, but I sent it wrong. There's
that's
just
another good one.
Yeah, there's just a lot. But see, the cracking and different things, there's different little, techniques that you can use to get different outcomes. So it's kind of fun. And then, okay, so if I send you a video, Taylor, can you play it, which shows the process?
Can you text it to me?
Yeah, I think so.
How long's the video?
It's like it's a slow, it's a fast motion.
Oh,
We can run the last little group of art stuff. Just
Well, I
because.
just,
you know what? Let's not do that one. I don't want to.
no, go show your stuff.
no, it's just the
people
kind of
hear me
smatter.
talk all the time and they say, Allard, God, don't you
tired
get
of it?
tired of getting talking?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I appreciate you showing up today because we kind of put this together last night and I was
Well,
thinking,
yeah, I forgot. I was like, I looked at my watch. I thought I have not called Brad back.
well, it's like, oh, well, I guess I could bellyache about Joe Biden, but this is so much better.
Thanks.
I got a lot better response. I had several people before, when I announced the show. Oh, I love Camille.
Oh no, just so popular. I can't stand-
Well, that's what I'm saying.
whatever.
Anyway.
Well, thank you. I'm happy
Now,
to be here.
maybe,
Well, we started, like you said, I was on your first show with you.
there's more than a few. You were there,
Yeah.
several of them, yeah.
Well, I was like, I get to hit the highlights, the ones in the 50s and the 100s and all that stuff. So I'm glad to be back. My life just looks a little different today than it looked 4 years ago, for
Don't-
sure.
For all of us,
For sure. Yeah. Let's see. I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to find that.
No,
little...
I'll just rant for a while.
Okay, you rant.
Okay.
You got this.
Anyway, I tell you what number show is this?
this is 336.
Man,
And
that's incredible.
They never said I'd make it past 325 too.
Who said that?
I don't know.
I'm going to kick whoever they are.
No, we're coming up on our anniversary. This is the day after Labor Day. I have Gabrina Daniels on that day, so I probably won't be mentioning it too much. You know, you love Gabrina.
I do. She's fabulous.
She really does a great job for the chamber.
She does.
She really does. And what we're going to do on that show is I'm going to formally join on the air.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to do it on a phone or laptop, so I'll let her tell me that. But I'm actually going to join the chamber right as on the show. But but coming up on that anniversary, going to a fourth year, I've been very, very fortunate with the sponsors. You know, they've been long term. Most of my sponsors are on. It's all open end deal, by the way. I mean, I don't have like on a contract at all. It's like a month to month handshake, and sometimes it's for a limited period. Sometimes it's just until I get tired of you. I mean,
Well, the
get tired
chamber's
of
got
me.
so many. I found the picture of the painting. Okay. I'm listening.
And so they had, so like I had one that's, we understood from the very beginning was going to be 3 months and that kind of thing. But I've had really good luck with it, or good fortune. I don't believe in luck, but I had good fortune with the sponsors. But not only because they've been so faithful to it, but they also the kind of people you want to have as sponsors. They're good community people. They have standing and respect in this community, and for me, it helps that because of that, because it keeps me from going off the chain too much. Like I really want to rip on something, but I got to remember I'm not just representing Mr. Allard. I'm representing these people, so I need to make sure I make it appropriate or whatnot. But it really is. It's been a real blessing.
Well, she's done a great job, and the chamber is really doing a lot of neat things for the business community. And yeah, Gabrina's very excited.
She hired 2 new assistants, both named Jessica, which I'm sure is very
know.
confusing in that little office, but whatever. I'm sure they have little pet names for each other.
They seem great. Okay.
Oh, they were on the show with Gabrina about in the June show.
Yeah, I did catch some of that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, this is not the best turnout, but I did text you a couple of still pictures and a little time lapse video,
All right.
which
Haven't come through yet, but
Okay,
as soon as I
no
know,
problem.
I'll let
So-
you know.
Once our computer wizard, Taylor, gets it togetger.
Taylor is awesome.
I advertise for him too. I mean, he's got this
No.
big gig going on. He also does a lot of commercials, and I'm talking to somebody else about doing a podcast. It's not like they're doing it. I got a piece of that action. It's all going to be with Taylor, but
We're all important pieces of the whole big puzzle.
Geez, that sounds like something you would get in a Chinese fortune cookie.
I make fortune cookies on the side.
Okay, do you? Well, that's good. You're so multi-talented.
I can't help it.
But anyway, so as far as the hub, what's going on with that besides the show? You do provide a workspace there,
We
right?
do, yeah. So the hub is,
anything available?
yeah, I've got a few spots right now, which is funny because when we opened, actually, Taylor, do that second video, not the first, when it's time. So we opened, 2017?
Something like that. I remember going to your grand opening.
2016. Okay.
Well, I remember you did a grand opening right at the summer of 19, because that's where I had just met Taylor and
Yeah, we didn't. That was, I think, our
Jared
2-year.
Latigo and these others, and when we were first starting to do the podcast, and I hadn't done it just yet. It was like in about a week we're going to do it. So it's like late August, I believe, in
Okay.
19.
Okay. Well, and I think that we were about 2 years in when we did that, because from the minute we opened, we were full, which was really neat because I did not expect that. And so we have about, I think, 9 or 10 private spaces, and then we have 6 dedicated desks, shared space, and then we have our open area. So we've got a really good group right now. But after COVID was the first time we had availability, that December and January. So at that time, we took the opportunity to kind of rebrand a little bit. I'm still working on that. We changed our colors. We painted just kind of spruced up the place. And so we do have some really good tenants right now. I have some small private offices available, which are really nice. So, and people can come in and work for the day. They can work for the week, the month, whatever. So,
When you talk about like a small private office, it'd be like maybe a CPA or is
CPA, tax accountant, insurance person,
somebody just needs a place to land
medical
and
coding
put their
and billing.
computer up there. They don't need to be all wide open spaces.
No. Yeah, and everything's fully furnished. They can personalize it if they want to. But something we did right after COVID, which I think has been really beneficial for people, is our big conference room, we converted it because people were calling and they were like, hey, I need to work. My office is still closed. My toddlers are screaming. The washer and dryer is too loud. I'm like, okay, I'm hearing what you're saying. So we took our conference room out and I made 6 dedicated desks in there. That way, that would be a good transition point for somebody who didn't really know what was next for them. So that's been really beneficial. Now that things are kind of wearing off, I'd like to put the conference room back in so we can do vision board classes and
Or
all
you
that
need to
stuff.
expand.
I probably do need to expand, but
Yeah.
I don't want to expand.
Well, it's a lot of hassle. But anyway,
It is.
Drew Pennywell says,
Oh, hello, Drew.
big kudos to Camille for running the hub. It is a valuable resource for growing small businesses in our community.
I appreciate that. Drew's great. He's sent me quite a few people. I appreciate that.
Oh.
Joni just sent me a lady too, so it's really nice. But
Well,
yeah.
isn't it nice how it all works together, this small little community like that?
Yeah, it is. And the thing is, nothing's real in stone. So somebody can come in and go, man, this is great, but I need this, this, and this. Okay, well, we just unlock it, move it around and do it. So, I mean, the flexible space is what it's designed to do, is to meet people where they're at. So
How long a commitment would they have to get a space?
24 hours.
No. I mean, like, you do it like 1 month, 3 months, 6 months?
We can do a day, we can do a week, we can do a month, we can do whatever. So if they don't know, a lot of times they'll come in and they'll go, I'm not sure how it's going. I just opened this business, so I want to start small. Okay, well, they start small and they get a physical address and a suite number. So say they start here and they go, great guns, and they need to move up. So we move them up and they just keep the suite number. There's no penalty for that. But a day rate is $20 a day, and they can just come in and use the internet, whatever. And then for their longer term, people a month or longer, we don't do contracts because I want to make it easy. I want
Right.
that to be the last thing they have to worry about in doing whatever it is that they're talented at doing. So, so there's no, I don't know. I probably should make a deposit because I've kind of gotten burned on that. But anyway, we want to make it not the most stressful part of whatever it is that they do.
So you're not going to obligate them to like a 6-month lease?
No. Generally, I mean, I like for them to, if they're going to do a private office, I like for them to commit to a month. But there's no commitment there.
And it's a month-to-month thing, kind of like this is, because,
Yep.
and it's the way I prefer it. I don't want,
Yeah, I don't want them to feel stuck, and I don't want to feel stuck with them. You know,
Exactly.
there's
Well,
some people we've had to ask to leave because
I haven't had that problem, but
well, you're lucky, but some people come in and they're just they it's not what you expected. So I always tell them, come in and work in the space for a couple of days, whatever, and make sure this is right for you. We'll make sure it's right for us, because if there's no synergy between the people there, it's it's awful. When there's conflict amongst the people. So we do not like that. Oh, there it is.
Okay. Ooh.
So that's okay. That's just
go ahead.
that is a time lapse video of making one example of paintings, just so you can kind of get an idea. I know I'm going very fast, but that's
Wow.
just.
Well, I just thought you were just on caffeine.
No, I drink too much coffee, which I probably do.
Well,
but-
you got the cup for it now.
yeah, so as you can, there's different techniques like with the blow dryer and different things. I'm not sure how that turned out, but it's a lot of fun and it's really therapeutic.
I'll bet it is.
I mean,
Is that why you got into it?
I've always loved to paint. Oh, and then that was one that's my
Is that a
koi fish.
okay? I was thinking
Sorta.
it's a flying banana, but it's
It is, yeah. Well, that's a flying banana, aka koi fish. Now that's the one that sold for $180. Is that not cool?
All these things you showed us you're willing to part with, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, and
yeah. And then that one.
and a gift to your favorite charity, which would be you.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are for sale.
Well, help me pay for those armadillo trappings.
Yeah, right. These are for sale. And so this show you're having on the 7th,
Yeah,
it
those-
will be for sale, right?
Yeah, and those people can sell their stuff. So if they're looking for a place, and I think we're just going to do like a $25 entry fee to cover the cost of food and stuff, because I want it to be really nice,
Entry for the patrons or for the artists?
For the artist.
Okay.
Yeah. So I figure if we do like a $25 booth fee for everybody, that'll help cover the cost of whatever I've got to rent.
Well,
to.
you're not going to make much money on $25.
No. I'm not trying to make money. I'm trying to create an outlet for artists of all kinds to come and, they can be a fruit, they can be a farmer, whatever it is that they do that they take pride in. I'd like for them to be able to show that to people.
Well, that'd be very interesting. So put that on your calendar, boys and girls.
Yeah. And so if you know of any artists, have them contact
Do
me.
you have a logo or something yet? We'll create one and we'll put it up on the ad rotation.
Oh, we should make it that picture that got me started.
Well,
that could be
a
my
bit-
logo.
Well, okay, that'd be great too. So, but
Or whatever.
whatever. Okay, let's talk about the rest of the ads.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to you might know this guy Otto at our place.
He's such a good guy.
Yeah, I remember he had that book signing for Gracie.
He did,
and he did it
know.
in about like a 12-hour notice.
Yes, he did.
And that's the kind of guy Otto is.
Yep.
And he's been really, really helpful for me in my show because I take all the BNI folks there.
Yes, I know.
And
Yes, I've done a couple of one-to-ones with you there.
yeah, it's what's so funny about that is I had one scheduled with our friend Annette, okay, and have it for Tuesday, and tomorrow, in fact.
Okay.
All right, I'm just thinking, it's tomorrow. I knew
all
I had
that
something tomorrow
together.
afternoon. Yeah. Anyway, she said, "Well, what do you want to meet?" So, well, let's meet at our place. And she looks at me like, "I beg your pardon." No, our place, the restaurant across
how
the
funny.
street.
I didn't think about that.
You know, that's happening. And that same thing happened with Christina Beagley. She's like, we have a place.
Which, poor Christina. I love her, but she is so directionally challenged.
Yeah, no. Oh, yes, exactly. It took her like 40 minutes to get across the street. But anyway, it's like, no, our place, the restaurant, the
Right.
net. Oh, yes, of course. I've
Okay,
been there.
good. It's a good thing you didn't get smacked.
Well, it just is funny. But Otto always has great food, great service. You know, the men of our Sunday school class meet there every other Thursday morning, and we all make jokes about how Otto's still in the sack.
Yeah, right.
But, you know, I always kid him about how he's such a maitre d' strolling around. How's everybody doing?
He's
Everybody
so
having a good
humble.
time?
I mean, he's just a really good person. I really have enjoyed getting to know him a little bit, which is funny because I've been here so long and so has he, but we didn't really know each other until I guess right around COVID or right before COVID.
Well, you know, I knew our place, but Sarah
Well, yeah, of
Carlson is
course.
the one who connected us because I said, it was about 2 or 3 years ago, and she's talking about, you know, who's sponsoring your show. I said, well, I need some more. She says, well, I know Otto at our place. And so I met him, and he said, 10 seconds into the meeting, we were visiting, and he said, well, how much is it going to cost? And I said, well, it costs this. And then goes, okay, whips out the check, and wrote me 2 months right there.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, no, there wasn't any of this negotiating or whatever. Just, here it is.
Well, he's a very generous person.
Oh, yeah.
He's done so many good things.
Well, and this is the same way with this next guy, Chris Notaboom over at Wild.
Yeah.
You know, I've been there a handful of times. My son-in-law loves cigars, so I've been there with him. I was there last about 3 weeks ago.
I mean, you didn't partake in a cigar smoking thing?
I've done it before, but not that time. Basically, we weren't going there to sit down and smoke. We were just going to the humidor to buy 3 or 4 cigars and
it's a really
then go
pretty
about our way.
place.
Yeah, and they do a lot of business like that, where they're not coming in just to smoke, but they're coming to get for later, you know.
Yeah.
Or gifts or gift cards or whatever else. And, you know, when Shandy's Re-Inspire group was doing like a fundraiser in May, almost everybody, all the sponsors that could just, you know, gave something, you know, gift cards, whatever else. And he was one of them. And it's like, I don't know if this gift card's going to make it to Shandy as I was putting it in my pocket. But
yeah.
no, the Lord is watching and scowling. So I put it back in the, anyway.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, anyway. But, I'm going to have this question asked
Okay, well,
from some Gracie. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute.
oh my gosh. My kid.
But anyway, thank you for Chris, what you're doing. It's a great place to go. And it's a great place to do business because it's quiet and you can do business. You don't have to shout over each other.
Hey, there's a great artist there.
Really?
Yes. Okay, so I went on there with my friend Freddie and Mandy and Josh.
Oh, Freddie and Mandy, how are they doing?
Yeah, they're doing really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good,
they're
yeah.
doing really good. Yeah. So what?
Whoever they are.
We went there for, I don't know, took them there for Father's Day or something. And so there's an artist there. I think she works there, and she's making art out of cigar wrapper, like the little band.
I only know of a couple of the female
Okay.
workers there. I don't know the names personally.
She takes those, collects those bands, and makes the art like. Taylor, can you find one and put it up there for her?
You're making this poor guy work.
I know, we can work.
I know.
Just go to the Wild Cigar Bar and look around, and I think you can find one there. No, you can't. I probably have a picture somewhere. But anyway, it's really cool. So maybe she could come and display her stuff. It's really expensive because it's very intricate. I mean,
yeah.
picture this big that she has like Al Capone. Don't quote me, but Al Capone or something. Anyway, it's really, really cool. So, sorry.
Everybody needs a portrait of Al Capone in their house.
Yeah. Well, I maybe okay. I shouldn't have said Al Capone. I think maybe Robert De Niro. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just thinking of all the gangsters.
All the gangsters.
When I think of cigars, I think of gangsters.
And they all seem to be dying off. We had 4 gangster actors die in the last 6 months.
Who died?
Ray Liotta.
No.
Yes, you didn't know that?
Shut the front door. Really?
Yes. Ray Liotta?
No.
You didn't know that? Okay.
No. Are you kidding me right now?
I know.
He's really dead?
As Caesar's ghost, yes.
Oh my gosh.
And then also Paul Sorvino, who is also in Goodfellas. He was
Okay.
Paulie.
Oh no, Polly?
Yeah.
What about Two Times Tony?
No, I don't know
Tony
about
Two
him.
Times.
And Tony
Okay.
2 times.
Yeah.
You know, he's getting the paper. No, I don't know.
You know why he says that?
Because he's Tony 2 times.
Well, yeah, because they call him Tony Two Times.
All right. And also, James Caan, Sonny at The Godfather. Yeah.
This is terrible news.
And then Paulie, his name's Tony Sirico, is Paulie Walnuts in The Sopranos.
Polly Walnuts.
Well, that's what they call him.
I haven't seen Sopranos.
I
I want
haven't
to.
much either. I've seen clips here and
wanna-
there.
I wanna
but-
watch
So
it.
those 4 well-known actors are
That
the
makes me
gangsters.
Where exactly am I looking for this photo?
Oh, just like when they're like pictures of the walls or whatever. It doesn't look like cigar
Mm-hmm.
band art from afar.
All right. Anyway, let's move on.
Sorry, I got
Yeah,
distracted.
So did I.
Poor gangsters.
Tiffany over at the Local Life magazine, she's getting married in about 3 weeks, and she's about ready to go crazy, like most people do when they're about to get married. All the details. I tell people about a lot of things, but my analogy about they get all worked over to the details, they get all stressed out. My analogy is like a bride at the wedding. She'll notice all these little bitty glitches, and everybody else will just say, hey, it's a great wedding.
Yeah.
I hope that she just lets it happen. Sometimes it's those little snafus that make
over
it
the
fun.
edge. Yeah.
Well, like when Sarah, my daughter, got married, and she and Ben were doing some sort of unity knot thing or whatever, and I was reading scripture, and it was supposed to be timed that when I finished the scripture, that they'd be done. So I read the piece, looked over, and they're still trying to figure this thing out.
Oh, no.
I said, do you want me to read it again? And the crowd started laughing and says, I got this big old book in front of me. There's a lot I could choose from.
Big old book.
Yeah, and then she, no, Dad.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a great wedding, and it's not like, oh, the wedding was ruined because we didn't get the unity knot tied in time. Big deal.
Right. Well, that's probably going to cause her divorce.
No,
I'm just kidding.
No, I doubt it.
They got it tied, so you're good.
Yeah, they got it tied.
Oh, thank God they
Anyway,
tied the knot. Okay.
Tiffany, we look forward to seeing your magazine as always. It's already out. It's on localftx.com is up. And she's taking her daughter to school, Tarleton, in fact.
Yeah. She and Grace went to high school together.
Yeah, so, maybe...
Or junior high or something.
Well, Gracie could show her around.
Yeah.
And maybe she can, lend her some of Gracie's boyfriends, because she has a whole passel of them, I'm sure. I'm sure she's like Miss Tarleton already.
Yeah.
Is that right, Gracie? Nah, nada, nah. Okay. Anyway, but let's answer her question. She says, hey, guys, y'all are too cool. How did you get so skinny, Camille? Tell us about it.
Well, skinny. I mean, that's
So
I've been one of the things I've been doing because I do a lot of different things is health coaching for Optavia. Mm-hmm. And so Optavia is basically it's an eating plan, but it's different because there's a bunch of different concepts that go along with it. You've got a coach, you've got a community, you've got the food and the stuff you get from them, and there's just a whole slew of support. I can't believe I just said slew.
Yeah.
And I've done this kind of thing before because I'm also a medical assistant, but we don't do anything medically, but we meet once a week with my people. And that's really helpful because we come together. We can trade clothes when they get too small, too big. Sorry. We trade our fat clothes. We trade our feelings so that we can, if there's stuff we don't like or stuff we want to try. So we just come together and I show them how to cook some different things and make it tolerable and not taste like tree bark. But you know what? I would probably eat tree bark.
Surely you're not saying Optavia food tastes like tree bark.
No, it might if you don't know how to do it. No, I'm just kidding. No, it doesn't. Well, one of the bars did. Okay. Full disclosure, one of the bars tasted like tree bark, but I ate it anyway. I continued to eat it, and I also continued to zip my pants, which is so great.
So the bark really was worse than the bite.
Yeah. No, the bark was great. Yeah, the bark was great.
Well, anyway, long time listeners remember Kimmy was on here.
Yeah, she's my coach.
Yeah, and it was kind of like one of those short-term ad situations like I was talking about earlier. She said she wanted to go in about 4 months, and she was.
Well, and what's so great about this whole thing, so I went to convention, the Optavia convention last couple weeks ago, and I went thinking, I really want to go out of town. I really want to get to know the other ladies, blah, blah, blah. What I got was way better than what I bargained for. The community there was like 14,000 people, and meeting those people, it was a fast and furious couple of days, but that whole community, a community is big to me. That's what we build at the Hub. We try to build communities around whatever it is that we're doing just to bring people together. And out of 14,000 people, like everybody was nice. Everybody was great. And I went to the thing going, I will not drink the Kool-Aid. I will lose my weight and then I'll be done. No, that doesn't work like that. I drank the Kool-Aid. It was great. It was delicious. Still drinking it. And so kind of went head into this deal because I know what it's done for me and I know what it can do for other people. So, and weight is an issue I've always struggled with. I mean, you're raised in a grocery store. You got to have some weight problems, right?
I suppose. I never seen that about you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you.
It's not some, that was obvious to anybody, maybe to yourself. Okay.
And that's really what it's about, you know? I mean, it's how you feel. And honestly, 5 pounds will change the way your knees feel if they're hurting or your back feel. So it's a healthy transformation is really what we're.
And it's not a drudgery. And that's what a lot of people, when they go through these weight loss programs, it's a beating.
Yeah.
And way Kimmy described it, said there are a lot of options, a lot of different meal plans.
There really is, yeah.
And so you don't have to live like a monk if you don't want to. You can
you can eat out. You can go do things. So it's not. It's not bad at all. Anyway, I mean, and I think that when you bring the community piece in, you bring people together, it's just so much better. So I wish that I'd have done this from the beginning rather than been a client and then changed. But either way, it is what it is.
So you were a client of Kimmy's first, and then you became one of the coaches.
Yep.
And your job is to get clients and also maybe mentor and tutor other coaches.
Yeah, I just want to help people on the journey.
How would somebody get a hold of you if they want to take part in the Optavia plan?
They can call me or text me at 817-897-8329.
One more time.
817-897-8329. Or you can find me at the Hub. Mm-hmm. Or you can find me on Facebook.
On Facebook.
I'm not on there as much anymore. I need to get better at that. I mean,
yeah, there's a good and a bad about being on Facebook a
well,
lot.
I know, yeah, and I keep avoiding it just because I'm trying to live my real life
Yeah, well,
and not watch the news or anything.
sometimes people get a bit excited on Facebook, and you have to just kind of
They
go past
do,
it,
yeah. I'm so exhausted from the last election. I can't. I don't think I've recovered yet.
This one isn't doing me much good either. But
I know. Yeah,
that's
be
another
sure and go
that's for
and
another
vote.
show. I don't want to get into that because
we
we
not-
want to talk about happy things today.
Well, yeah, I'm not happy to vote for Sean Miner.
Well, okay.
Okay, I mean, he and his wife went to school with me, and their kids go to Bransom school, so I think he's a perfect fit.
Yeah,
and I love Edith, but I mentioned that.
Yes, he'd already graduated by the time I got there, but I knew his wife. It's a little
Yeah,
bit.
she's younger than me, and he's older than me.
And
so.
and then the kids went to Centennial,
Okay,
and I think I may have been out of the district by then. But my wife knew him, or the kids somewhat.
well, we went to church with them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I'm going to talk more about that on Thursday. Tomorrow with the mayor, we're going to talk about some of the things that are going on in the city that we can be positive
You want me
about.
here to help you with the mayor?
If you want to.
No, I'm good. I got to work.
All right. Well, no, it's fine. It'd be
I got to work. I got to be out transforming lives. I'm sorry, I'll be busy tomorrow.
transforming lives.
Yeah. No, we have a really good group, and they are it's a lot of fun. So I mean, if anybody's struggling with that, whatever it is, you'd be surprised how helpful and how easy it is. So yeah.
Well, I've heard this plan it does work. My
Yeah.
brother-in-law did it, and and I didn't think he was overweight, because he looked normal, but he wanted to lose about 25 pounds, and he lost 25 pounds, and it wasn't like a dramatic, he didn't lose it in 3 days, then these
Right.
crash diets. He lost it appropriately, is it this diet to have? I think it took about 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, they say that
Yeah.
there's an average of 12-pound loss per month,
Yeah.
10 to 12 pounds, which is a good rate. I mean, you'd be surprised how much that changes everything.
And then when he got down to his weight, he maintained it,
Right.
with proper, because it's more than just here's our food here.
Yeah.
It's also all this counseling
It's
about
a
diet,
lifestyle
and
change.
lifestyle, and about exercise, and it's not just don't eat that.
Yeah, no, it's
here's
not.
a piece of cardboard. It has low fiber.
Right.
Blah blah blah. It's actually it's more than just the food,
Yeah, it's absolutely more than the food.
and there's a spiritual component to it.
There is, yeah.
It's not. So it's not. I don't want to get it wrong. It's not like it's evangelical, but there's a lot of faith-based
Yeah.
policies and what's a good word I'm looking for? Characteristics.
Yeah. Well, it's a definitely a spirit-led
Yeah.
organization, and I didn't really meet anyone who was not a good person of faith. you know.
Well, and it's so.
And you don't have to be. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. You could be what you want, but I'm just saying the whole concepts of it, the whole foundation of it, the way that the Optavia people approach it is from a faith-based concept.
Yeah.
And that they're not just making
No, and I'm
money
not
or
just
whatever,
trying to
they're
get
doing
everybody in the world to do
good.
it to make money. I mean, like,
Yeah.
there's a process. It may not be the thing for you, and if it's not, I want to help you find
Mm-hmm.
that too. But for me, it was the thing for me and 40,000 other people. So
Well, I need to speak better. I'm trying to think of the right word, but it's it's like Chick-fil-A. You don't. A lot of heathens eat
There's a
Chick-fil-A.
community. There's a
But people understand what kind
Yeah.
of faith-based operation Chick-fil-A is. Optavia is the same kind of thing.
right. Well, and that's one of the things I really respect about Kimmy, because when I first started, I mean, it's Sunday before I can get it together, and finally she told me, I really don't work on Sundays, and I'm like, why didn't you say something? I felt terrible because I was like, that's the time that I had.
That's not surprising.
But
I
I'm
mean,
trying to, but I'm trying to employ that into my own thing and get my own life together. So there's a lot of good about it, just besides the food and the results.
So if they're looking not only just for weight loss, but maybe some support systems.
Yeah.
Friends.
Don't do it alone.
Yeah, it really is. It's
Yeah.
It's for me since I'm diabetic. There has been some changes in my diet, and sometimes it's hard. Those fries are hard to put down
Yeah, I
sometimes,
know.
and that kind of thing. But there's some things I had to give up. I haven't had Dr. Pepper in years, and
That's
same.
bad for you anyway.
Yeah, same with. I really liked Dairy Twins chocolate shake, so I blame Ronnie for my diabetes.
Yeah. I would too.
So
He gave it to a lot of people in town, don't worry.
I need to get him back on the show. I had him on about 2 weeks ago, and with his daughters, and that was a great show.
Aw.
Well, we were talking about just what it's like to be a member of an unelected position, what it does for the family as well, and it's a sacrifice.
I bet it's taxing, yeah.
Very taxing, to say the least. There's a lot of emotion that goes with being an elected official, and sometimes their family has to deal
Family
with that
suffers
too.
sometimes, yeah. I mean, just being any kind of business leader or church leader or anything takes
a lot of people that are more than willing to give cheap shots, but that's about it.
Oh, yes, there are. Oh, did we get one?
Oh, no.
Okay, I was like, ooh, what did I
you
say?
kidding? You're not going to give cheap shots to Camille. You're like the Queen of Burleson. Well, actually, Mary Slaney may be that
I think
title.
Mary's the queen.
You're the Princess of Burleson.
Well, I've been called lots of things, so that works.
Before we jump back in commercials, Taylor, can you put up the early election stuff? Make sure, because I really want this to be something.
I need to go vote.
Well, Robin and I are going to do it tomorrow. We had the kids coming over tonight, but tomorrow Robin and I are going to go vote. But it's on.
You sent that to me?
Did we not have it from a couple shows ago? It doesn't matter.
So we're talking about the school board elections.
School board election.
Okay.
Early voting is all week and Saturday. Also next week, and then the final August 20th is Saturday. And like I said, I'm going to have them on Thursday. And so if you have questions, you want to know about the school district, message them to me or put them on the Facebook, whatever else. It's all good. But we surely hope he does well.
Are you going to have the candidates on the show before?
So
who's all running? Do we don't talk about that today?
Not really. I'll wait till Thursday.
Or wait until Thursday. Tune in.
As far as having all the candidates on, that's not likely to happen. So for various reasons. And so, what's a good way to put it? It doesn't matter. Tomorrow with the mayor, I want to talk about a lot of the stuff from the weekly report, but also some updates about the bond issues and such as that, because there's a lot of people that want to know about roads in particular. So, it may not sound really exciting, but then when you drive on them, that's the first thing you think of.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to have a good show as always.
As always. Yeah. Well, and I appreciate what you do for this community, honestly.
Me? Uh-huh. Oh, I'm just sitting around, hanging around, talking.
I mean, all your political mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, that's what it is. Mumbo jumbo.
Hocus pocus.
It's what the sponsors kind of just let me do. That is kind of like, okay, we got to let them rant every couple of weeks.
Well, you do a really great job at presenting your opinion and then kind of promoting or kind of encouraging people to do their own research.
Well, I appreciate that.
You don't shove it down our throats, because if we don't want to know what you have to say, we just don't have to watch it.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking.
So I think that it's good to have an outlet, and I think it's very, and you've done a great job with it. So.
Yeah, and I had the show last week with Mr. Stanford, and it went about as well as I thought it would. I got to ask what I wanted to ask. He got to answer the way he wanted to answer, and I'll invite the viewer to make their own choices and decisions about what they think of it. And it worked out okay. And the mayor's always a good guest. And, I've been real fortunate. I have Victoria on every other month on a scheduled basis. She has young children, so it's hard for her to make it more often. And
Love her.
Yeah, well,
how can you not love her? She's
exactly.
She's like this little perfect person.
Yeah, well, and I tell people.
She's not, but she's great.
Well, since I taught her in school, people often ask, what was she like in high school? And I said, what you see is what she is. That's exactly, she was very energetic. She was very enthusiastic. She was very interested in what was going on locally and nationally. And
you have a good perspective on people. Was I the same in high school?
I tell this, you know what I'm going to say, don't you?
I don't know.
No, you were the first student that took me in, because when I joined BHS in the fall of '90, I was replacing a very popular teacher. And a lot of people remember Peggy Barnes.
Yes.
And she was moving
fabulous.
up and she did all these things for BISD. And I got the job like Thursday night before school started. So,
wow.
Yeah, I did. It wasn't something that had been planned. She had just gotten a vice principal job like Tuesday or Monday of that week. And I found out about it. I went to talk to Terry Ford, and he said, well, okay,
Terry
great.
Ford.
Yeah, and there's a couple other people that raised their hand. And there's a woman there that taught English named Sylvia Powers, who I had done some training with over the summer over a particular educational process. And she goes to Ford and said, do you want this kid? Because he got, he's getting a master's, he's got all these certifications or whatever else. And so Terry picked me up. And so I come in the first day of class on Monday, and particularly the one she had as juniors, from the honors, and it was not in TAG at the time. Yeah. It was talented and gifted and all that. With the advanced classes, they come in, they see me, and said, "Oh, is Miss Barnes sick? Is she not here?" I said, "No, I'm your teacher. She's over at Hughes, I believe it was. I know, I'm your teacher."
Yeah, like, womp, womp.
Yeah, exactly. The look on their face is like, "What?" It took a little while for that class to warm up. I mean, they weren't hateful to me, but it was distant.
They're a tough crowd anyway.
Yeah. And then, but you were the first one that really said, no, let's give this guy a break. And you were the first one that really took me in. And I think that helped break some of the, break the ice, break the tension, whatever you want to call it. But you're the first student that adopted me as a teacher, so to speak. So that's why you'll always have a special place, dear.
Thank you, because you know what? Kindness matters to me.
Kindness matters. That's why it says
We
so on
should
the
paint a
side
wall.
of the, like the side of City Market.
Oh yeah, like the side of City Market.
No, but I don't want to mischaracterize the kids. They treated me okay,
yeah.
but they're just
But
like.
that's a hard crowd. It really is a tough crowd. I mean, I'm not.
Well, and then
silly.
you got what was funny is because I come in, I got a different format, I got a different way of doing things that they were expecting, and so there's some grumbling and mumbling, and at the time, the tag kids were taking government from Blair Liebert.
Okay.
And so they were telling their friends that I had in economics, "Well, you just wait, we'll take care of him." And then stuff like that. When they came in, I had to bust on a couple of them, and that took care of it.
Well, and to this day, everybody who had you will say what an influence you were.
Well, I appreciate that.
No, seriously. I mean, you made economics
Tolerable.
and you to me, you encouraged a desire to learn more, and so I think that really was something that
I appreciate
most
that.
of the students in my grade and my class would say to this day. So
Hope so.
So you did an excellent job. So I'm glad I was nice to you.
Well, the last 3 or 4 years, I was getting some of the children of your classmates, and
that's so bizarre.
It is a little unusual.
Yeah. When I was telling Grace this morning, I was like, I got to do my friend's show or whatever. And I go, it's just weird that he was my teacher and he's my friend.
Yeah,
you know, that's crazy.
I have many.
Oh, yeah,
former
you've got a
students
lot.
but I would call friends. And,
Yeah.
it's
In it to win it.
Yeah, what's interesting to see them as their lives progress, and they have children. Some of my students, ex-students, are grandparents now.
Wow. Oh, that's true. Yeah. I guess
I mean,
that's right.
they got married in their early 20s, mid-20s. They had kids. Their kids had kids in their mid-20s. I mean, or something like that. So I got a handful of them, their grandparents.
Yeah.
And that's.
I don't want to be a grandparent just in case any of my daughters are listening.
Oh, I don't know. I bet Miss Gracie's going to be. She's going to keep them boys at arm's length, I'm sure. She's got things to do.
I'm going to have to wrap her in I don't know, barbed wire or something.
I see her about 10 years from now, and she's got this big tour going on.
Yeah.
She's going to be like Beth Moore or something like that.
She probably will. This kid is fantastic. I can't believe that she's my kid. I got lucky.
Okay.
I got lucky with my kid and my mom and my Dolly Parton dog. I mean, she is so fabulous and terrible at the same time.
Well, speaking of lucky, let's talk about my sponsors because I'm lucky to have them.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Thank you, Daniel, CrossFit Burleson. I hope you're doing well.
You need to do this when you do that.
No, it ain't that impressive. Well, I don't want to flex.
You don't want to flex, yeah.
I like this shirt.
Don't make everybody feel bad.
And I don't want to rip the shirt. It is.
Exactly.
Yeah, right,
Embarrassing.
Yeah. We're at CrossFit Burleson, 317 Southwest Wilshire. Check it out and go get yourself a workout. My motto I made up for Daniel is get fit, don't throw a fit. Anyway, also Shandy, hope you're doing well. If you want to move into this town, you need to talk to her because she knows where it's happening with all the real estate.
Got to get Shandy's permission to move into town.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
Well, that'd probably be a good idea too. But but Shandy knows where everything is and where the deals are. A lot of these homes are being sold before they even go on the market.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And she knows about those. Also, thank you to Rex. Over to Russell Wealth Group at myfinancialbox.com. Hit the link, get to know him, have some coffee. He'll fill you in on what he can do for your retirement plans, etc. Also, thank you, of course, to Gayla. Hope you're doing well. Southern Gym.
Fine, Joey. She's our local lady jeweler.
Friend from BNI.
Yep.
And boy, she is busy.
Yeah.
And that's a good sign. She just sitting around playing solitaire, that says one thing. But
no,
Robin,
she's a hard worker.
Well, yeah. And Rob, comes in and I said, well, how's your day? Well, I was busy.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to hear.
I know. Yeah. I've been trying to get a one-to-one with Gayla for like months, and we just can't make it happen.
You're going to have to probably do it at her store before it opens.
Oh, it's Monday. She's closed. I wonder if we could grab her today.
Well, I don't know. She does a lot of work on Mondays.
Yeah.
It's not like she's sitting around, watching Days of Our Lives.
She's got a lot of really cool talents that I won't
Speaking
talk
of
about.
which, Days of Our Lives is coming to an end.
Oh, no. What am I going to do?
My wife and I used to tape that and watch it when we were first married.
Yeah?
Because we couldn't do anything else. We were too poor.
Days of Our Lives.
Mm-hmm. These are the days of our lives.
None of those characters ever die. They're like preserved. I think they must have beat them like embalming fluid or something. They're like 100,000 years old. They're still acting.
Wow, that's old. Anyway, thank you to Michelle Humphrey over at Hotworks.
Hotter than average.
Hotter than average, she says. she sure works harder than average.
She does. She is, I'm telling you, she's fantastic.
Yeah, and if you want a different type of workout, 11 different types of workout with the infrared system, it kind of magnifies. Have you ever done this?
Oh yeah. We go as often as Grace goes more than I do, but I love it. It's great for my mind, my body, my everything.
Is it any good, Grace? What do you think? And she gives the big thumbs up. All right.
She loves it. Yeah,
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right, and also thank you to Mandy Harden over in 1187 Creative Concepts with the mugs and the hats and the shirts and the pins and you name it, she got it, and she does really good work.
Have you been to her place?
No, I'd like to.
You got to see it. It's phenomenal.
I'd like to sometime, but right now, like I said, our friend Christina Beagley Painting, by the way,
Right.
is painting it, so they're kind of in disarray. So I'll wait till she's got more time.
Okay.
A little bit more ability to host somebody. Also, thank you to Otto. I hope you're working today. Who knows? He's always traveling somewhere. He's going here, he's going there. I make fun of him. I call him the Dean Martin of Burleson because he's like this big celebrity, just walks around.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Anyway.
It's like, and you get a gift card, and you get a gift card, and you get a gift card. He's really very kind and generous.
Yes. Same with Chris
Yes,
over at
yes.
Wild Cigar. I really do like that place because it's the kind of place that Burleson's been needing. A place that, and shouting at you in a place, with TVs blasting away. It's a nice place. And I encourage people that want to do a little after work business or maybe even mid-afternoon business.
Yeah.
It's a good place to
It really
get it
is.
done. And they got a patio if you want to use that. And they have a conference room if you want to use that.
Isn't it like a private club area or something?
Yes, they do. They
Yeah.
get the whole thing going on. So, Wild Cigar over at the Standard. Also, thank you to Tiffany. Hang on, August will go by fast. You'll be able to make it. She just got lots going on.
So is she going to change her last name to Nicolopoulos? Look, whatever.
I asked her that.
We call him Jimmy Nico. So.
Yeah, she might just made that be
yeah.
it. She made. I asked her, and she's considering, and I said, "Really, you want to have to explain that name to everybody? Have to spell it out?"
They're really a good team.
They are a good team. I've had them on the show,
Yeah.
and I've had them on twice.
Yeah.
And then one time afterwards, we went to our place for some lunch, and you can tell it's a real bonding of spirits.
Yeah.
And,
They're really Jimmy trained Grace's dog, and this dog is a really nice person now.
Yes.
This dog was not a nice person before.
Well,
but he and Tiffany are great about like teaming up on that stuff. They've rescued dogs for me. They've gotten them out of the pot cars. They've done all kinds of crazy things. So they are fantastic. So I wish them all the happiness.
I'm going to embarrass Tiffany a little bit. When they were on the first time, and Jimmy was talking about training dogs, and they had a little bitty dog that Tiffany was holding, and she was just looking at Jimmy like, he's so dreamy.
I know they just adore each other.
Yeah,
They're really sweet.
All right, and also, like I said, remind you about the elections. And tomorrow I have the mayor, and you bring your questions. And I had a good time. I appreciate you jumping
Thank you.
in.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And we'll do this again because you need to do this more often. People have always commented that our shows are lots of fun.
Thanks. Well, we'll have some more fun later.
That's some more fun.
Have a great week,
Bye-bye,
everybody.
y'all.